due to the ignorance of our host. Parental discretion is advised.
Hey, everybody. K the Dawg, man. Hell yes. Happy to see you, man. Happy to see you. Hey, by the way, first of all, I need to say thank you so much for coming and showing up last weekend for what we like to call the pop community. Our pod fest.
But not everybody pulling up.
Not everybody. Yeah. I mean, dude, I tell you what. Here's the thing. I left that place, and then I went home. And I was so pumped the fact that we did this, and it may not mean anything to anybody else, but just because it was like a little tiny idea that Justin and I had, and it was like, dude, we should all get together, and it sucks that Will missed it, Will Wonder, and Dalton missed it, and we
couldn't have everybody there at once,
exactly, and
but it was still dope.
It was pretty cool. I mean, I don't know what else can be more important, but whatever. Like your kid's birthday, whatever, dude. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Dalton. I'm like, dude, but it's how old is she turning? I mean, it's just a tiny little girl, right?
Yeah.
Like, well, isn't she in bed by 7? But I get it, you know, and it's the hardest thing is to get everybody to go there, you know. But you showed up, and I appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. I'm really grateful you invited.
So when I just saw your post on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's like you already talked to everybody, huh?
Yeah.
This worked out good because Justin is not around. Justin went to Texas.
That sounds cold as shit.
He went to Texas. He's doing Rogan.
Man, I miss him, man.
He's doing Rogan.
Yeah. I feel like I haven't had the chance to really talk to him. Even at the bar, we didn't really get a chance to talk.
I know, which just sucks because that's one of the things that I know. The thing is, like, because even Becca was like, why do we have to do it there? It's so loud. I'm like, because that's like the only thing that has kind of become a thing.
Yeah.
Like, how many times have you and I have gone there just to watch the fights or even just to go and hang out?
That's the biggest it's been, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the biggest it's been. It was a lot of people there.
It was the young OGs, late talk, pork and beans.
You goofy as hell. Hey, by the way, though, their podcast is dope, dog. That shit had me rolling, bro. I love that.
I love Hose.
Yeah.
He's the only one that I care for. Who else? Becca was there. The Salty Sex Cast was there. Obviously, Dre, us. And all three of us got to be there because you went there for a minute. And
I barely missed you.
And then Justin was there with his wife. Yeah, so it was cool. But thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Appreciate you inviting me. It was fun.
And then all of a sudden, it's kind of crazy how things work, dude. Because you're like, hey, I kind of want to do the podcast tour again. I'm like,
yeah.
How about Friday?
Yeah.
that was like, about 2 days ago?
Yeah.
I was like, how does Friday sound for you?
Nah, literally that whole thing got planned in 2 days.
Really?
I swear to God, I'm not playing, bro. I was like, man, like I really want to go like on a tour and just, you know, get back in tune with everything because I left after Utah verse like was a lot, bro.
Yeah.
And so it was like, you know, not in the bad way. It was a lot in the good way, but it was so much that I'm like, man, I have to like recoup. I have to do something to take my mind off of music. So
it's funny you say that because now after you did that, it seems to me because I'm one of the people that kind of get to see you from the outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I see you busted your ass to make verse happen. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're off to Hawaii, which by the way seemed to be like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I don't know why it seems.
I thought you moved out there.
I don't know. I even asked Dre. I'm like, dude, is this motherfucker coming back?
No, yeah. When I went to Hawaii, man, that was I'm telling you, that was a good reset button. And then just for like a lot of things, like, you know, Utah verse wasn't like bad at all in terms of like anything. Like I enjoyed the whole entire thing, help putting it together, you know, learning a lot of things. Angela taught me a ton, you know, in terms of like putting shows together. And she just like really like, you know, took me under her wing and like helped me with a lot of stuff. And then, you know, Happy Thoughts really pulled through with the videography and all that. And it was just, you know, it was so much, you know, like having to, you know, help find these artists. There was so many artists that, you know, didn't make it on this one that we're hoping make it on the next one. And it was just a lot to put together. And, you know, all that time and energy, like, bro, I put this on everything I love.
Yeah.
Like, it was literally my full-time job, like, on top of my other full-time job, like going and doing that. and getting all those people lined up and getting the times and everything figured out. And man, it was just so much. And I needed a break because at like my anxiety, like I have anxiety, and it never like was flaring up or nothing like that prior to that. Yeah. But it started going crazy. Like my anxiety was so bad, I was like short of breath, like, and I would just be I would just be randomly just chilling, and then I started having a panic attack. Damn. Like it was like bad, like need a brown like bag like type panic attack, bro. And so like that Hawaii trip was like clutch, like, and then
now was this planned way in advance?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Hawaii trip was already like set in stone, like way before that.
I see.
But I'm gonna be real with you. I forgot that was even a thing until Utah versus was done. I was so focused on making sure that's what was that I wanted to make sure that I had my undivided attention.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was fun, man.
Now, let me ask you this: when you're dealing with so many artists and you're putting it together, do you get looked as that's the boss, or you get looked as oh, he's one of us? I mean, what I'm trying to say is like, do they look at you like, hey, how do you want us to be? How do you want us to do? Or is it gonna be like, oh, we're gonna do it like this, or we're not gonna do it at all?
Yeah. So I had some people coming to me like I was the boss of it, but I wasn't. Just so that's for the set the record straight. How that all kind of came about. Angela reached out to me with an idea. And, I'd never seen an opportunity like that for a local artist. And so, what I wanted to do was I wanted to, be the driving force, like do what I can to help make this idea that she had come to life.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, like, do I have that, like the time to actually make this work first and foremost? Do I know everything, and what do I not know? And how can I learn it as soon as possible? Because this has got to happen soon if it's going to happen. And so, how everybody would look at me would be, was different throughout the whole entire thing. Like I had people that were like that, where they're like, oh, like you the boss, and I'm like, no, I'm not. And then I had people where they were like, oh, like bro, this is gonna be dope to perform together. Like they would look at me as like the artist, But like I didn't even choose like my role, like the not the role, but I didn't choose my position in the lineup.
Okay, yeah.
So like I told her, I'm like, you put me wherever you want to put me, you know. And that's how it went. Like I was like, I don't care if I perform first, I don't care if I perform last. The only thing that matters to me is that this show happens because it's important.
You were just talking about anxiety. Did you ever get anxiety on stage?
Not yet.
Never, right?
Yeah, God forbid. Let me knock on some wood, dog.
Right here, dude. Right here, dude.
Oh shit! Damn, you hella got me.
Dude, fucking K always gets me. Dude. One time we left it. One time we
got me, dog.
We went to the bar. We went to Sue's, and I left, and we were like, all right, bro, yeah, see you. We did, we shake hands with the shoulder tap, and I'm walking away. Says, oh, by the way, there somebody. What did you say? They're calling you, or somebody called you.
Oh, yeah,
they asked
like,
about
hey,
you.
D called you.
Oh, did they call you? And I'm like, who? And it's like, these nuts. And then he jumps in his car and takes off. And I'm like, dude. I was like,
hey, you look sad as hell.
I was like, I see you drive away, and the sunset's behind me, dude. I was like, hello, darkness,
hell yeah. Hey, I'm telling you, when I got you, I was like, yeah, I was like, that hurt.
Oh, you're like, oh yeah, he ain't gonna sleep tonight.
I was like, he looks upset. I had a feeling you was gonna try to get me back, though. Like, that shit was good. You got me.
I can't get that out of my head, dude. As soon as it's like when you play tag, you're like, I'm like, fuck, it's me, and I'm like, I'm gonna get him.
A week later,
every time I see you, I'm like, hey, K, it was like, it's not gonna work, dude. It's not gonna work. But I just got you, dude.
Yeah, you got me good. Let's go.
On camera.
On camera too. I will make this a clip so it's over and over.
Did it happen or not? Like it.
Dude, zoom in on his face.
Yeah, just like this. Just upset.
In slow motion, you go.
Hey, we'll have to video my face afterwards to make that shit happen.
I was like, we'll see you on the other side of the Beehive, so.
Hell yeah.
Like, I don't even want to do the rest of the show.
Yeah, man.
Dude, you just got another job too.
Yeah.
Are you the one that it's well, you don't have to tell, but like in around 21st South?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
At the Blue Beacon?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I bro, I work 2 jobs. I'm full time at a credit repair company, and then I'm full time at a truck wash job.
Yeah, that's semis, huh?
Yeah, semis. That shit's fun.
Plenty of friends. Is it really?
Yeah.
I got plenty of friends that go there.
It's not
like the only place they go to.
Yeah, not everybody's built for that shit.
Angel,
but it's
you got one of them big ass trucks. Do you have to?
It's funny you say that because as soon as I bought the truck, and this is actually a video on my Instagram, I think. My truck is so big I can't fit it in just anywhere. Like I can't fit just in a.
You got to bring it there.
Yeah. So the first time I went there, and I'm like, how much? And I see all these semis, and then I pull in with my fucking truck.
Yeah.
I'm like,
hey, we get a lot of like trucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like, and obviously because it's built for semis, like your ceilings are like so high and shit.
Yeah.
So they were like, yeah, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know. So do you guys do pickups? And he goes, and the guy looked at me like, yeah, he's moron.
Like, really, nigga?
Yeah, he was like, come on, man. I think it's gotta be way. Really? You see, I think I got a picture of my my mirror, and then you see a line of trucks.
Hey, you ride bikes? Or not no more?
No, I do, but it's like I don't not as much as I should. Everybody gives me shit about it. I was actually gonna bring it today.
See, he got hella bike photos up. It looked like he ride every day.
I just pretend that I do.
You know, we can fake that.
See my chain.
Hey, I love Rottweilers though. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was my babies.
Yeah, I love Rottweilers. That's my favorite breed of dogs.
Maybe okay. Go.
Oh, is that your truck on the bottom right? Oh yeah, that motherfucker big. It looks nice too.
Go up.
I'm dead. He said that's what she said.
No, just go up.
Yeah, we would knock that out pretty quick.
I don't know why we're looking for this anyway, but
but yeah, bro.
Just trying to earn my paycheck.
Hey, I'm telling you what though, it's fun, bro. Like the truck wash job, I like it a lot because you know the camaraderie there is dope. Like the people there are dope. You know the environment's dope. You know,
dude,
and everybody brought me in like and just helped me out. You know, with learning what to do.
The photos that you put up when you're like, I'm tired. You're just like.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
like
bro.
A divorcee lady. Hey, you're just like,
but I'm telling you, I gotta show the trialing shit too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to ever put facade out or nothing like that. You know, I give it straight like, and that's like on when I be posting that shit, like it's really to just inspire my peers. Like it's not to like, you know, flex. Like I had somebody send some stupid ass message, but I ain't even gonna indulge in, you know, what it said. You know what I'm saying? But like when I'm doing stuff like that, it's really because I want to, you know, inspire my peers, uplift my peers, show them.
Trying to make it out the hood.
Yeah, man. Exactly, bro. I like that shit. Let's go. But that's real.
Yo, this cat wakes up like I thought I woke up early.
Oh
like,
yeah,
he'll go live on Instagram at like 5:30 in the morning.
Oh yeah, bro. Shit,
like,
I'm up. Let's see. I'll go to work at 10:50, and I'll get home at 3. No, I finish. So I leave at 10:50, and I finish both jobs by 3:30 p.m. And then I focus on music for 2 hours, and then I go to sleep.
Oh damn, dude, you're on one.
Yeah. Yeah, let's fucking go. Hell yeah.
I've been jamming Dawg all day today, dude. I'm like, this motherfucker's gonna get it tonight.
Let's go. Hey, I fuck with that. That's tough.
He came prepared.
You said, damn, bro, you on one. I fucking love it, bro.
Dude, speaking of all these podcasts, shout out to the young OGs.
Yeah.
Last time I talked to them was on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And they have been using Beehive Studios, you know, for their show.
Yeah, I saw the one with Bang.
Yeah, Bang Room was here, and so I said Saturday, I said, you guys gonna need the studio that way I can plan.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So Lonzo looks at his boss, Londo, you know, the real boss, and he's like, hey, we're gonna need, and he's like, yeah, this is all right. And then, well, my dumbass shows up last night, and I sit there, and he goes 7:30, 8. And I finally texted Lonzo and I said, yo, you guys recording today or what?
Yeah.
Oh, no, dude, my bad. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm here. He's like, oh, dude, I didn't tell you. I'm like, well, no, you didn't, dude.
I'm dead. That sounds like me. I scheduled an appointment with them for Utah Verse, bro. And my ass was looking at the 2020 calendar, bro. I was like, man, 2020 so fucked up, it's still trying to get me. And we had a whole meeting scheduled, bro. They're like, oh, we're here. And I'm like, fuck, man, my bad, bro. And I'm like, how the fuck that up? I go to look back, it's the 2020 calendar, and I scheduled 3 appointments on that shit. Oh shit,
That's so bad, dude.
That was funny.
What's the why the community tour? Why the podcast tour? What you got going on?
Shit, man.
You've been cooking for a minute.
Yeah.
You've been cooking a lot of meth, and I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And now you're ready to sell it.
Fuck yeah. Let's go. But no, man. I well, first and foremost, I just wanted to get back out. You know, like a lot of the time I took, away was focusing on music, focusing on, working side by side with my engineer. Shout out to Dylan Brophy.
Yep.
And then also working with, various, beat makers, and just putting like this project together that I've got, coming soon. I do plan on releasing my first single once this whole pod tour is up. I'll be releasing my first single. And it's got some dope ass artists on there, bro. Yeah. I ain't gonna say no names yet.
Damn it, dude. Well, this is all the time we have.
Let's go. But they're dope as shit.
Yeah.
Like they're dope as shit. So I'm excited. They're local. Just like K, with this one I was, very low on the features. I had like hella songs at first, on the tape. And then I went Dr. Dre 50 Cent way about it, where I picked what I felt like were the best songs from each one. Out of everything, at least for this release, and then, put it out, So I'm excited for it. It's going to be, to me, I feel like you'll hear the progression in my music when you hear this next tape.
No, can you say how many tracks?
7.
7 tracks.
Yep.
And
just like K.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. You said maybe October.
That's when I'll be releasing. Is when I'm going to be releasing my first single.
First single. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
damn,
I'm excited, bro.
God damn. How long have you been working on this?
Shit, this tape. This one was more like, overall, it took me probably like 7-8 months.
Yeah.
Like 7-8 months to come up with this one, because I would make a song, put it on the tape, and I'm like, oh, I love this. And then I would take it away, and then I would make another song, put it on a tape, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, this is going to stay. And then, just the same thing. We just repeat. And finally got the 7 songs that I wanted. That's probably what took the longest. And just making sure it's really what I wanted to put out and with the message I'm trying to get across. And, with K was consistent in what, I was trying to get across. Like, I'm trying to make it out the hood. I'm on one. I'm doing this shit till my last breath. Like, I'm working harder every day, till my eyes roll back. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that shit had, like, a meaning. Like, when you look at all the, like, the song titles in a row, like, that's how much detail I was putting into that actual tape. Was K the Dawg's on one till his eyes roll back. This shit's every day, you know what I mean? And so it's going to be the same exact thing with this next project. The only thing that's different is I'm going to show a side of me that I don't think a lot of people know that I actually have in me.
Okay.
So that's what I'm excited for the most, is because this project, I went the fuck off. Like, I'm going to be real. Like, I don't like to, like, gas myself, like, often and shit, like, if I'm being real, but I'm hella confident in this album. Cool. And the features that I put on there too, like, I really, believe in the artists that I put onto this project. And I look forward to, releasing the songs that I do have with other people soon as well. But yeah, this project is just, it's gonna be something special. I'm excited for it.
Hell yeah. So, do you let me ask you this. And the only reason why I'm asking is because this is how I did it back when I was playing in bands and stuff like that. When you record, are you the kind of guy that takes that I don't know if I should call it demo, but takes that album or whatever with you, and then before you release everything, before you master everything, I should say, do you go and listen and you go, okay, I don't like this. This gotta change. This gotta move or whatever.
100%. Yeah, that's probably the most important part. And I got a dedicated, group of individuals who, will sound check all my shit prior, like, it's the same 5 people that, same 5 to 10 people that checked my first tape, and they let me know what they like, dislike, what they would change, what they would do different, all that, you know what I'm saying? And just tear it apart. And then that way, I have some constructive criticism, and it gives me an opportunity to change things before I do anything. So that's probably the most important piece to all of it.
Yeah.
I feel like especially with K, and you know, for artists in general, like, you know, a lot of, I mean, I ain't gonna say no names and shit, but there's a lot of yes men.
Say their names. Fuck you.
There's a lot of yes men, bro. Like,
really,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, the one thing that I always have, you know, preached since the jump doing music is talk is cheap. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could say you loyal, you know what I'm saying? But loyal, like saying you loyal don't mean shit. Like, you gotta actually be loyal. You know, and it's the same thing with, like, when you say you're gonna do some shit, you gotta do some shit. If you say that you got your brother's back, you don't lie to that motherfucker about, you know, some certain shit, like sounding not, you know, right. You know, and so that was probably the most important thing in the whole process. That's one of the most important things in the whole process, is having a group of people you know are gonna give it to you straight. Like, fuck your feelings. If the shit's trash, like, they're gonna really let your ass know about it.
Yeah, that's I keep bringing this. I brought up the example of a couple of my friends who I've had here. Yeah, and there's friends that I've been, you know, friends with forever, and I'm like, dude, I started a podcast, and they're like, okay. Like, no, they don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? Like, they're real guys. They're like, so
brush it,
yeah. So I was like, dude, and I always got this thing in the back of my head, and I mean, it's kind of like you. Like, I don't like to gas myself, but I always have this feeling of, there's some people that I ask, and people that I know, and they either can't do it or they just don't respond. And there's nothing that drives me more insane than people who don't answer their phones.
Oh,
it drives me absolutely
I'm gonna
insane.
be real with you. That shit annoys the fuck out of me.
Yeah, fuck you,
if you don't got,
right? Dre. Yeah, we're talking about Dre. We're talking about Dre.
Hey, that motherfucker work like 22 hours out of the day. Hey, I'm telling you right now, like, once this podcast tour, once it settles, I'll know what a month of being in Dre's shoes is like. Working two full-time jobs
tomorrow too, right?
Yeah, bro.
You're doing another pod tomorrow.
Yeah, this motherfucker Dre works every day, bro.
Yeah, he's working harder every day.
He lives that song. Let's go. Let's keep it going. Let's fucking go. Oh, dude. I hope you stay that way till your last breath. Let's fucking go.
You know me, dude. The goal is to flip the script.
Oh, shit. Fuck yes. I keep that shit going until your eyes roll back.
Oh, no, one of those laughters that hurts your back.
Oh, shit. I did ass got lightheaded as shit.
Yeah, me too, dude.
Damn, my hand fucking got heavy, dog. Look at that. Woo, shit.
Holy shit.
Man, that was fun.
Dude, what about, so, I was talking to Dre on Saturday, and I said, so what's going on? Like, because I'm, let me catch my breath. Because I was like, I know that you made a big announcement, but I didn't know, and he told me a little bit about it, and I said, oh, so here's my question to you. Mm-hmm. Can we now call him the radio guy? Because you know
Dre?
how he was, because you know how he was like, I'm not the radio guy, I'm Dre from Murray. By the way, his address is 2726 South. No, I'm just kidding.
The ops are just writing that shit down. Finally, I'm gonna get that motherfucker.
All of his fucking haters.
I'm dead. I couldn't picture anybody hating Dre. That dude is such a man.
I was gonna ask you this. Do you get haters?
Oh, bruh, man.
Why is that though? Because here's the thing. Again, when I see a guy that's busting his ass, I mean, there's proof on the fucking, open the phone and just say, I can say to whoever, look how hard this guy's working, you know. And I've known you for about a year and a half or so. I've known you since we were kids, and I was like, I always go, this guy is working hard for his guy. It's a humble guy and shit. So then I see your post, and you're like, these motherfuckers think they can get me, but fuck these guys. And I was like, I'm like, damn, dude, who's hating on you? You want me to put a cap on him, motherfucker? I'm telling you, bro.
It's crazy because, you know, like
who's hating on the K?
I'm learning how to deal with a lot of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, as I'm going throughout, you know, this industry, and it's just you learn, bro. Like, it's a give and take, you know, not give, take, give back type shit. You know what I'm saying? And not that I'm looking for anything in return or shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I do shit, it's genuine. It's out of love. I don't want nothing back in return. you know, and yeah, you'll get people, bro. I mean, I ain't gonna say no names because I'm not gonna indulge in it.
No one listens to this.
What you mean,
only our families, bro. No one listens to this shit.
This fucking guy. But nah, bro, like it's just, you know, like you do get those people, you know what I'm saying? You do get those people that, you know, despite all the hard work, all the shit you trying to do for the community, you know, despite, you know, how hard you working, like everybody wants, you know, a motherfucker out, like to get it out the mud, you know what I'm saying? But once the motherfuckers like doing it, trying to make it happen, everybody vanish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not with just me. Yeah. This is with a lot of people. Yeah. There's a lot of fucking people out here that are grinding, like grinding, and they don't get no spotlight.
Now, are you the one of are you that kind of people that the one guy can ruin your day?
No, fuck no.
Like especially like a hater.
No,
like, fuck this song sounds like so and so. This song sounds like what Angel did on the podcast or whatever. You know, because I've rapped before. Just kidding. All I made is garbage. But
this fucking guy.
But you know, like that one comment that you go, oh, man.
You know, I had somebody reach out to me about doing like a feature for them. You know, and I charge for features. Like I charge for features. If you want me to take time away from both my jobs, my music, and then my family, like I already have, I mean, I work 5 days, you know, in a row, 16-hour days, you know what I'm saying? And then I do my music for 2-3 hours a day, and then spend, you know, an hour, 2 hours with my, you know, my wife and my daughter, and then I got like, what, 4 hours left of sleep, you know what I'm saying, each day, and then you asking me to take time out of my day to focus on your shit, you know what I'm saying, and it's for free, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I want you to win, you know what I'm saying, I want you to be successful, but my time is hella valuable right now, you know what I'm saying, like I'm trying my best to like really allocate my time and shit towards people that, you know, value it. And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't ask somebody to do no shit for free for me. You know, because I just personally feel like that shit's disrespectful and it never turns out good. It never works out. Like really, it doesn't. You always get somebody with hard feelings or some shit at the end of things, and so, you know, I feel like paying people for their time and you know what I'm saying, whether that be, you know, in quality time or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that's, you know, there's always different forms of payment and stuff like that. You know, maybe it's an exchange in like values or whatever. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just feel like, you know, asking people to do shit for you for free is disrespectful. I mean, it's just, I don't know. That's just how I see. But yeah, that's the kind of shit that, you know, that's probably what, you know, will not make me tick. But it's like as soon as I, you know, hear any kind of argument to that fact, I'm like, I put my hands up. I'm like, I ain't trying to convince you of my worth. Like, if you don't see that shit, you're not going to see that shit, me trying to convince you. It makes no sense. I might as well let this conversation die right here.
How does the music on your genre, for example, work on like the live versions? See, for example, me, back when I was playing, you either get half of the door. Jesus Christ, hold on. You either
all that laughing fucked us up.
Dude, that fucked me up, dude.
Yeah, Brian over there, he's like...
You either get half of the door, or you get your drinks for free. Or they... Like, if they know you, they will pay you a certain amount. Be like, hey, we'll give you like $200 or whatever. Does that work? And I mean, you don't have to answer.
Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm trying to understand.
How do you get...
compensated?
Compensated for your gigs.
So for the gigs, so for example,
God damn, dude. Do we need to plug you in?
Shit, plug me in. With the energy drinks.
You know what
motherfucking
like, hey, can you tap him?
No, he's like, wake up, motherfucker. The alarm goes off. Oh shit, gotta go to work.
We're live, dude.
That's a 16-hour day.
But shit, as far as like compensation for the shows, like it's different, bro. Like I'm just trying to like think like, okay, like one scenario is different. It's like some will do doors, some will do like drinks. Like it's always different. It's never the same.
Okay, so it's kind of the same as doing different. I mean, I was playing rock.
Some will do like they give you so many tickets you sell and you
that
keep
too.
the money.
But for Utah verse, I didn't take a dime. I didn't take a penny. I didn't take nothing from that show. That show actually did really well, and everything's going towards the next show. So everything that was made is going directly towards the next show. Like I let Angela know up front, like from the jump, like I don't want anything that comes from this. Like
now,
I don't want no money.
What do you know about Verse? When do we get the next one?
Oh man, I truthfully I don't know. You know, we was talking about doing another one this year, but I don't know if it's going to happen. To be honest with you, we might end up doing one. You know, next year, I don't know. So we want to keep the value of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it was kind of surprising that you did Verse, and you know we all went there, we all were there, and like a week after that, you were like, "All right, who should be in Verse 2?" And we were like, "Yo, again? Like we're already working on this. It's awesome."
Yeah. So, you know, we made a agreement that we were gonna wait out the summer, wait out the winter to see, you know. And I mean, given things progress, you know, on their own, then we'll act as things kind of progress. But what I was talking to Angela about is we decided that, you know, we wanted to wait to see, you know, who really stands out over these next couple of months. I won't be performing at the next Utah Verse. I just am going to take a backseat and just help with putting it together.
Why is that?
Because I
double
want
the pressure, double the work.
No, it wasn't. You know, it wasn't any of that. It's just I just wanted to take a step back. You know, and you know, help other people. You couldn't
find a drummer. Is that what it is?
Let's go. But I wanted to take a step back and really like help other people. Like that's where I found the most happiness I got from that entire night, bro. Like obviously, yeah, the people showing up. Like we had like 500 people there. That shit was crazy.
Oh yeah.
You know, but my favorite part of the night was like when I got to, you know, go out into the crowd and nobody, you know, see me, you know, standing there and I was actually watching everybody do their thing. You know, and then I was like, man, like I can't believe I had something to do with this. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't believe that, you know, those nights like that I stayed up all night, like literally till like 3 p.m. my wife would come and tap me on the shoulder, hey, like you need to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, all right, you know, 30 minutes, an hour longer. Let me just, like, I got to make sure this is perfect. You know what I'm saying? And to know that those nights paid off, like that shit meant everything to me.
Now, how much, I know, we all know you put it together, but how in charge are you the day of? How hands-on are you? What are you doing? So first, I'm guessing you were there the entire night. From beginning to end. So when you get there, first artist goes up. What's Kay doing?
So when I got there, the first thing I was doing was helping set tables together. I was helping put the bar area together. I was helping with getting the music onto, you know, MP3s. We went to, you know, Costco, got hella snacks and food for everybody. We went and got the DJ equipment that was rented, picked that up, grabbed table curtains, grabbed drinks, grabbed fucking hella shit, bro. Like it was like, I'm not playing, the day of was fucking nuts. And so then it was hot as shit. Get everything into the car, you know what I'm saying? And then we cruising back to, you know, the complex. We get there, everybody's setting the tables up, start helping with that. I'm getting everything. I'm starting to load everything out the truck.
It was April, right?
Yeah, April 30th.
April 30th.
Yeah, so, you know, we were doing all that, getting everything situated, you know, and then I was making sure that all the artists were like right there when they needed to be there. So I was like, you know, helping get that situated. Then I had to, you know, play security for a second with helping like clear up the back area to help them out. And then also like figuring out how lights and stuff were going to go with the guy running production, Russell, shout out to him. And yeah, bro, I was doing a lot of shit before I got on the stage, and then when I finally got on the stage, I was like, fuck, I can't wait for this to be over with. I was like, God damn, bro. And that, like, I don't know if you stuck throughout the whole thing, right?
I did. I think I left. First of all, that was probably the last time I got
you were faded.
Up. I was fucked up.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. That's another. Oh, because also, Angela was.
It was your birthday too.
It was
right?
my birthday the day after, and Angela was like, "Isn't it your birthday?" I was like, "Yeah," and he goes, "Here," and he gave me 2 beers. I'm walking around. Brian and I were double fisting each other and also drinking. and dude, I got so fucking faded. I think you were about to leave. I think I left the song on your before your last song.
Yeah,
I was like, I need to go somewhere where I can sit down and relax for a minute.
Yeah, I got so fucking sick.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, bro. I was so fucking sick for 2 weeks.
After that?
Yeah, after that, I didn't do shit. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like my body took a hit.
Was it the Corona or the Delta?
I was gonna say, he had the Corona.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I never got tested. I mean, I should have, but I don't think it was COVID.
Maybe the Delta Airlines.
Shit, I'm dead. Yo, I'm telling you, Corona and Delta must have pissed someone the fuck off. Whoever's making these fucking man-made fucking viruses.
What's the Delta? All I hear about is Delta now. What is?
Because it goes alpha, beta.
Yeah, but what is it? Where did they come from? I know the bat soup.
It's a variance.
I don't even know.
I guess it's a variance.
Yeah, these motherfuckers.
The Delta variant. That's what it is.
Yeah.
The Delta
variance. You're a petri dish.
I'm a peach? What?
A petri dish.
You say you a bitch.
So it mutates inside of the human beings and becomes stronger. I guess.
That shit, man. Yeah, that shit really fucked me up.
Speaking of stronger, did you see my post? What I posted yesterday on my Instagram about the cockroaches?
Yes.
Oh, go to it.
Can you find it, dude? Let me tell you something. When I was a kid, living back home, roaches hunted me my entire childhood.
Oh, bro. Hey, I'm telling you, even here, I had the same shit, bro. Growing up, I had roaches under my pillows and shit.
Jesus Christ, dude. I just fucking...
That shit was fucked up.
Look at this. See that cockroach we have there pinned on the wall? I did that for myself. I'm like, come on, pussy. Look at this. Cockroaches raised in space become quicker, stronger, faster, and tougher than cockroaches on Earth.
What the fuck?
These guys are jamming.
Isn't there no oxygen? How the fuck?
These guys are jamming fucking Kanye West music out there.
I'm confused. How the fuck they alive? Isn't there no air?
But also, because
then again, these motherfuckers will survive a fucking catastrophic event.
That's what I'm saying. I wrote it there. It's going to be. I mean, it's fucked up to know that not only they can survive radiation, but they can also live in space.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I remember cutting motherfucking heads off on the cockroaches when I was little, and them motherfuckers just still moving.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, B, do me a favor and Google cockroaches, and I want to show you the ones that used to hunt me when I was a kid, dude.
You talking about the big shell motherfuckers?
The one that have like an eye on the top. Dude, I'm telling you,
the eye, motherfucker, it's got its third eye open.
It's got a cyclone.
It's a fucking hipster. It's a hipster roach. Looking. Oh, that shit.
No, I'm gonna show you which one, dude. I'm gonna show you which one.
I feed those to my lizard. Those same ones.
No,
I feed.
Keep going down.
Not the other one. Yeah, the like more circular ones.
Yeah, the circular ones.
The one that flies.
Holy fuck, dude. No.
Oh, this motherfucker eating them, bro.
Go back.
That shit's crazy.
Where was it? Where were you? Go down.
That's wild, bro.
That one. Oh, dude.
Why that motherfucker look like a shark?
Right here? Yeah. Bro, go back. Dude, look at this.
Hey, your skin really raising up. That's
the first one at the bottom.
He traumatized.
Oh my, dude.
What the fuck? But that's not even a cockroach. That's a fucking tick in a cockroach.
Dude,
look at that shell, bro.
I used
Tell
to
me why that nigga look like a bullet.
God damn it, dude. I can't even look at it. Dude, Brian, take it off. I'm just kidding. I used to see this back home.
Those motherfuckers look strong.
I used to see this back home. And my uncle used to be like he used to have a lot of fish, and we had like fish ponds made out of concrete and shit, and they will hide in the back, and when he was changing their water, he would spray water on, like he was sprinkle water on them and they will hiss.
Oh, fucking dude, the Debo roach. Kid,
I'm telling you,
give me your chain.
I will freak.
My bike, punk.
If I could explain to you the feeling that I got, my mom makes fun of me until this day. One time we were outside. My mom used to smoke back in the day.
Yeah.
And she was outside smoking. And I was driving my bike around, and I went and I parked, and I was just having a conversation with my mom, my uncle, whatever. One of these motherfuckers landed on my face. Dude, he was just like, yo, I'm telling you, I was sitting there being a little badass, being like, I don't know, 12 years old. And then all of a sudden I hear, dude, I lost my shit, dude. And that's what it sounds like, dude. Hold on, shh, quiet. Quiet. Quiet, dude, quiet. This is what it sounds like, all right? This is what it sounds like, all right? Hold on. Quiet.
Oh, shit.
Don't look at me. This is what it sounds like. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, I lost my shit, dude.
Let's fucking go.
My bike ended up on one side, I ended up on the other, and my mom just laughing. To this day,
Motherfucker said hi.
Dude, this fucking cockroach is like, I'm just gonna chill here, bro. And, dude, I'm telling you, I went to until this day. So my grandma still owns that house. But she bought and lives in another one. But in that restroom, in the bathroom, every time that I will shower from the drain, they will come out of there. So every time every time I shower,
hey, I remember roaches coming out my drain too. That shit's fucking, it's gross,
dude. Every time I shower, I will just like soap will come down my eyes, and I'll be like, just so I can keep. Just so I can keep an eye on the drain. I'm telling you, dude, it is.
Damn, bro, they really had you fucked up.
I am almost 40 years old, and they still freak me the fuck out.
Damn, bro, that's tough.
And it was so funny because one of the times that I went to Mexico with the wife, she knows this story about me and all these cockroaches and shit. And so, as soon as I walk into the house, I'm like, "Hey, what's going on, everybody?" And I'm just looking because that's how freaked out I am. And then I saw one on the ceiling, and I had to go through the door to go into our room. I ran, right? And
like when you turn the lights off, you running through the dark ass house.
I'm still a fucking kid, dude. I'm just like, holy shit, and I just run through.
I do that shit still,
dude. I look I ran through the door. I look at my wife, and my aunt tells my wife, "We haven't seen cockroaches in forever."
Yeah.
This motherfucker lands here.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they're like, "Hey, that pussy kid's back.
Yeah.
Let's all party." And all of a sudden, dude. No, I'm just kidding.
Welcome back, motherfucker. I knew you'd return, motherfucker. I'm dead.
You might have grown, but you're still a pussy. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, I can't. Anything else, whether it's scorpion or whatever, dude, I'm like, I would go, oh.
Just the way they fucking move fucks me up.
Dude, I don't even like to kill him.
Yeah.
And my great grandma, back
crunch
when
and shit's probably
dude,
the texture.
My great grandma, back when I was back home, she was leaving, and this bitch would step on him with like barefoot because I was
fucking scorpion.
No, cockroach.
I was like, what?
No, scorpion.
I was like,
scorpion.
I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, this great grandma was a gangster because it was back in the day when I needed to be supervised when I was showering.
Yeah.
So she would be there, and then I would freak out for a cockroach, and she'd be like, "I got it," and then they're right there, and I'm showering, and these motherfuckers are like. And like one of the legs comes off.
Hey, can you wash my leg? Hey, can you put some soap on my toes? Hey, question. Do cockroaches, what the fuck are, like, do they have hands? Like, what the fuck do they have? What is it called?
Hands.
Can we look this up?
Oh, like
do cockroaches have hands?
Just legs, right?
Like, that's what I'm wondering. Like, do they just have, like, is it like this?
Yeah.
Like, is it like...
Dude, you want to tell you how ridiculous I am with this? You remember the show Alf?
Alf?
Yeah. The alien?
Alf.
Yeah.
They do not have hands.
Do not have hands. They have to pull their intended food towards their mouth using this part of their mouth.
Oh, what part?
Probably the...
Oh, that nasty ass shit.
Damn, dude. Oh, dude, why you gotta do that to me, dude? You don't know Alf?
I'm back.
You don't know Alf?
I probably do. I mean, if you pull up a picture...
See if you can Google Alf.
We'll have to reference it.
Like, Alf and the cockroach. They had a... Yeah, see?
Damn, there's a movie called Alf and the Cockroach?
No. It was a series. You probably have to keep this for us, B. But it was... this is a cartoon, isn't it?
Damn, man.
But anyway, they had an episode where.
Hey, I remember this motherfucker.
Yeah. This will freak me the fuck out. You got this for us, B? Look at it.
Oh, hell the fuck nah.
Look at this.
I start swinging on that motherfucker. I pull every gun I have out the closet and light that motherfucker.
Look at
Dude, I'm telling you, this thing gave me nightmares.
Hey, we're going to bleep that. Look at it's self-incriminated. Look at damn, cuz they throwing hands, bro. He throwing hands with the cockroach.
We're good, B. We're good.
I'm dead, bro. That shit funny as hell. I'm telling you.
Dude, my grandma one time, my great-grandma one time.
I forgot about Alf, bro. That shit's crazy.
My great-grandma one time, she did this. I will never forget this. She had a stroke one time, and like half of her body was numb. Well, half of her body wouldn't, react as the other half. And I was sitting in the living room and we were watching TV. By the way, my dad gave me a black and white TV back then, and my uncles decided to be like, "Oh, you like that show? Fuck out of here!" And they would play sports, and I was like, "This is my TV, like the only fucking TV in the whole house." Yeah. They took it for me, and so I was watching TV with my great grandma, and I said, "I'm gonna go get something from the kitchen." I go to the kitchen. There's a snake on the floor.
Yeah.
Close to the.
You scared of snakes?
I'm not scared of snakes, but when you're fucking 12,
oh, you scared of snakes?
Your first reaction is to scream, and it was because in Mexico most of the houses is tile.
Yeah.
So I remember screaming, and I said, "Whoa!" and I just freaked out. My great grandma gets up. And she does like this gangsta walk, because half of her body was dead. She's like this fucking gangsta walk. Rest in peace, my grandma. She was a gangsta. Dude, and then she was like, I'm like, what is it? I'm like, there's a fucking snake. And this lady grabbed a broom and put it on top of the snake. And then she just stayed there, dude.
Trying to suffocate the motherfucker.
No. And I was just like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. And he goes, well, call your uncle. My uncle was showering.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, my grandma's like this, and she's like, Carlos! She stayed there for like 10 minutes, not letting the snake go anywhere. And then my uncle goes out. He goes, what do you want me to do? And he goes, I don't know. Cut the head off. And so my uncle goes, cuts the head off, and then the body still moves.
Ugh,
dude,
yeah.
I freaked out.
Yeah, that shit will fuck me up too. Look at, hey,
how come I'm not a comedian? I have a fucked up childhood,
bro. Hey, I'm telling you, bro. Shit. That's why we creatives. Look, we express that shit.
Dalton's a comedian now, dude.
Hey, I'm telling you,
don't fuck
bro.
with Dalton, dude.
No, hey, real shit. He did really good, bro. I'm actually really proud of him, bro. He did good.
He was another guy that I was thinking about bringing here because I watched I saw the episode. I heard the episode with Junior and Dre.
Yeah,
and they started
the one recent, right?
Yeah, and they started picking on like the banks and all the loans and shit like that, and Dalton goes off, dude. Dalton's like, but I'm telling you, dude, and it's so funny because you can see that because he knows his shit. You can see, he was like, well, what do you think? Well, what do you think? What do you think those? What do you think happens to that money? And the other people, they go, I don't know. And then they tells you, and there's like, it's like it's embarrassing. You don't know, but it just goes nowhere. And you're like, oh yeah, right, yeah,
I knew that.
Like,
hey, but real shit though, Dalton is smart as fuck, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he's smart. I love going in, chopping it up with him. He, will bring up books and stuff. And I'll tell you what, I need to get back on my reading game. I haven't been reading because I've been working so damn much. But no excuse, get right to it.
I don't read, dude. Obviously, I mean, everybody can tell.
No, bro. No, I would assume that you read. I mean, you can never tell who really reads and who doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, yeah, there's the people who
like a person who reads. Is it because of this hat?
Bro, everybody I know that reads looks different. Like everybody, like not different in a bad way, but like you'll get the more professional look, the more laid back look,
and
the hipster
50
look.
Shades of Grey for me. Yeah,
I'm dead. I'm good looking. But like everybody's different, bro. Like I mean that's at least what I learned. It depends on what you read, huh?
Do you actually read?
Yeah, like an actual a book.
Yeah,
because when I say I read a book, I didn't.
Like, what do you mean? Like, you did audio?
Yeah.
That counts.
I'm too busy for.
Well, that counts. You know what I'm saying?
If I open a book, I just start. My mind just goes everywhere else.
I think doing audio for me personally is a lot harder.
Are you the kind of person that goes, "Oh, I watched that movie. The book was better."
No,
kick you around the face.
I don't read fiction books or like what's the word I'm looking for, or like
Well, apparently you don't read.
I'm deceased. Like I don't read fiction books. Like I read just nonfiction. Like I read like self-development, personal growth type books. Like ways I can make myself better.
You fuck with Gary V.
What was that?
You fuck with Gary V.
Oh yeah, 100%, bro. Like in real shit,
I'm guessing,
bro. I'm telling you right now, like Gary V, dead ass pulled me out of a dark ass place in life, bro. I promise you.
I've said it here before. I like the how he explains social media.
Yeah.
And how he's like content, dude. Content.
Yeah.
Just don't stop with your content.
Who does that remind you of though?
Dre.
Literally the same exact fucking traits, bro.
Yeah.
And this is what's crazy. I'll let you finish. I'll get to that
go
after.
ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bet.
This is your episode.
This guy, it's like, this your episode.
I'm just here for the jokes.
I'm fucking dead. But with Dre, like before I even dropped my first, fucking, what was it? Before I even dropped, no, it was after. After I dropped my first song, Rollback, it was the first song I dropped after years of not dropping shit since I was like a teenager. And then, I seen Dre on I can't remember if it was a review or if somebody sent me his page, or I truthfully can't remember how I came across his page.
Gary V's? Or Dre's?
Dre.
Okay.
And literally, I started looking at his posts and just like how he would talk and like all these different things. And I seen his profile, just how he would interact, and I'm like, man, like, I don't say this about a lot of people, but this motherfucker got it.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna be somebody very fucking important one day. Like, I just know it. This is before the radio, before any of that shit, before like anything. Like, I was like, he was doing his podcast and doing what he, the music reviews and all that, and not like down in any of that, like. But like he wasn't doing any, like those were the two things he was doing, and I'm like, I just got a feeling, and I remember telling my wife, like, I really believe in this, like this dude. I don't even know this dude.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, but I believe in this dude, and I think that he's gonna be somebody very important.
He's our local
Utah.
Rogan, dude. I've always said it. And
I would say he's our people's
when
champ.
I started podcasting, I was like, I want to become the local Rogan. I just want to help out everybody. I'm like, nah, go ahead, Dre, you have it.
Yeah, Dre be working, bro.
It looks like a lot of work.
It looks like you gotta know a lot.
Yeah.
I don't.
And that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like he DJs, he fucking, radio's full time now.
Yeah.
Congratulations to him on his
Shout out to him.
role at the station. And then he also, works at another job. I believe he does like something involving medical. You know what I'm saying? And then he's a dad, and then he's a creative, and he creates his own shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like we all know, like, you know what I'm saying, like with Gary V, like literally when I think of somebody that reminds me of him.
He has two podcasts, produces other two.
Yeah. And then,
And he also sings national anthems on special events.
Yeah, I ain't gonna sing that. But you know what I'm saying? But Dre is, he's somebody that I definitely, look to when I need inspiration and I need to see like I could do more.
Yeah.
That's who I look at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's one of the people I look at. My cousin in California is one of the people that I look at.
Yeah.
And he's one of the people who really helped me a ton. Even Dre too. Like, behind the scenes, like Dre really be like helping me with, like ideas here and there. Like he'll be like, yo, what do you think about doing something like this? You know what I'm saying? Like there's one idea in particular that he had brought up to me. I won't bring it up now, but when I do, I'm gonna make sure that he gets his praise for pitching the idea. But like it's just little things like that, bro. Like it's just the fact that he can maintain that level of work and still keep his wits and still be a leader, to all of us, like be somebody we can lean on when we need somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the reason why he reminds me of Gary V. And Gary V, I don't even know him, but his shit put me out of a dark place.
He like I said, I've said it here before. When it comes to all that content, be create, just always create, always put out stuff. I like that. I like how he does, and he's the one that sometimes makes me want to get into TikTok, because it's like TikTok is a huge platform that everybody's sleeping on, and so I fuck with him when it comes to that. But then when it comes to like, oh yeah, quit if you don't like your job, you're not happy, quit your job, and then go like, I don't know about that. If I quit my job, I got nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, in the industry that you and I are in, like, it's not like it's not like you can just throw. I mean, you can throw all your eggs in one basket. You know what I'm saying? But you got mouths to feed. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't go without you busting your ass on a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm sure that this place costs, some money to keep open and running. You know what I'm saying? And so that's like, when I think of shit like, that's the reason why I work so much, is because there's shit that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's shit that I want to do, that I want to make happen. And, my cousin and, California, he fucking works, bro. Like, he works so hard. He's the hardest working person that I know, and he really, puts me on game, like, with a ton of shit, man. Like, so my cousin, the one that I'm referencing, he actually helped build the Marathon store, cool. With Nipsey Hussle and them. And he just got that, he got the the luxury of being around that type of greatness, you know what I'm saying? And he'll reiterate just like what that kind of work ethic was like, being witnessing that, and then also just like being around people who are similar to him, that were in his camp. I've had conversations with, not like crazy long, but enough to know, like, man, this person's really about this shit. And it's like, it just goes to show you, you know what I'm saying, like, when you put in all this work, all that, you know what I'm saying, even if it is a 9 to 5, like, Gary Vee preaches to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? He preaches to work, 2 jobs or whatever. Like, even if it's fucking busting tables, like, he'll still give you praise for that shit because you working. You know what I'm saying? And I think the thing that I am looking for the most at this point is, I don't even be looking for people's praise. Like, I just want to build my character, the best that I possibly can, and I feel like the best way to do that is to do and not to talk. It's to do more and say less. It's to put myself in that shit, and not talk about, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I fucking put a tape together while I was fucking doing Utah verse while I left on my trip. I didn't even stop working while I was on the trip. I fucking was working on my music probably 80% of the time, and then, maybe I got like a few pictures here and there when we would go out and do something. But I was always, focused on what I want, because, I want this for myself. This is something that matters to me, and it's something that I believe I'm good at, something that's, I believe that I put, a lot of energy into, because I see it working, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see it working. I don't think it's going to happen, ASAP, and I pray it doesn't happen like that, because I enjoy this. I enjoy the opportunity to sit down and, like, really, embrace moments, you know what I'm saying? And when that time does come, it'll come. But right now, I'm just really appreciative because I'm actually going through learning how to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through the, we going through the mud right now. This is the mud. You know what I'm saying? We going through the mud to get what we want. So
Speaking of giving praises, shout out to Will Wonder. He gave me my roses on the on his last episode.
Oh yeah, that dude's
he did say at the beginning. He did say, "Oh, I did an episode with." I mean, it's out there, so I'm not saying anything people don't know. I did an episode with the Young OGs at the Beehive Studios, with the other side of the Beehive, and then he went and said, "Angel was the producer," and I will say, producer is not his thing. He's more of a in front of the camera kind of guy. I was like, this motherfucker. But then he's like, yo, shout out to him. I'll give, I'm in this segment of Give Him the Roses. I'm gonna name Angel, and he's a good guy. So shout out to you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah, he's good people, man. I fuck with him.
His shirts are dope, dude.
Yeah, hey, that logo is fucking tough, bro.
That is a dope shirt. If you ain't got one,
and then 80s, by the way, 80s vibes. He did say, I want to give the roses to Angel, even though he told me that this segment's stupid. And I never said that. Because when he posted the photos of the shirts, and I saw him here, I said, no, I will wear the one that says the Will Wonder Pod.
Yeah. That shit's tough.
I'm like, but the ones that's giving the rose, I'm like, I ain't gonna wear that shit. And I got the roses.
I'm dead. Hey, but I'll tell you, bro, like, we blessed, man, to be around so many people that are, like, so driven to do the shit that they want to do. And that's what I'm saying, bro. It don't matter what fucking age, it takes for me to get where the fuck I want to be at, bro. Like, I do this shit because I love this shit. Not because I need, validation from nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do this shit because this shit means everything to me. Like, being able to express the way I feel, and also, leave, like, a voice trail behind for my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And for my wife. And I will release, one thing. I do have a song with my wife. She will be singing on one of the songs.
Nice. Is she a singer?
She could fucking sing, bro. Ooh, and I'm not just gassing her up because she's my wife.
I did meet her. I met your beautiful wife at she's a photographer too, right?
She's getting into it. Yeah, she's starting to learn how to do it.
Yeah, I did meet her.
She did really good with those photos, actually.
Although I feel bad because it was so dark that I couldn't actually picture what she looked like. Yeah. You know, I was like, okay. I'm like, hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is as soon as I walked in, there's the shorts back there.
Yeah,
that's the first one. I like that.
That first one gives me Fresh Prince of Bel-Air vibes.
The front and the back.
I love that first one, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's what it says right there.
Yeah. See, Angel, like that right here.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, bro. That shirt is hard as hell.
It is pretty badass.
Yeah, that's dope. I like that.
At verse, I was gonna say, as soon as I walked in, you know, the OGs were doing a lot of the shooting, a lot of the filming, I should say, not shooting. That's a bad choice of words. They were doing a lot of the shootings, and then we walked out because we don't want no problems.
Yeah.
I walked in, and then Londo saw me, and he was like, "What's up, dude?" And he was coming to meet him and Mendo. You know Mendo?
Yeah, Mendo Creative. He made both of my logos. He made the Truly Dedicated logo, this one, and he made
Homeboy works
More
for
Lake Entertainment.
Homeboy works for the Real Salt Lake.
Yeah, hey, congrats to Mendo on the job, man. That's huge.
But they were coming towards me, and they say hi to me, and they're like 2 feet away from me, and because the lights of the stage are behind them, I'm just like,
trying to see.
What's up, dude? And I'm just like, yo, what's going on? I'm like, oh, it's Londo. I was like, oh, yeah, that's Mendo, by the way. I forgot that I couldn't see him. Do you are you a when it comes to writing, are you the type of guy that is off the dome, or
it depends? Like sometimes, like it's crazy, bro. Like, so I was literally talking to my wife about this before. What's crazy is you brought up 3 things that I was talking to my wife about before I drove here.
Was that cockroaches?
Nah.
No, wait, what?
I pray I never go through that shit again. No cockroaches at my crib. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, hey, I'm telling you, bro. That shit. I mean, you fucking have cockroaches growing up with you when you're younger. You don't want to never have that shit when you get into your own place.
When I was a kid, had a lot of cockroaches.
That shit, bro. That ain't no way to, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And then the fucking smell that they have.
Oh.
It's fucking, you know, it just stinks. Smells like piss.
Imagine having it on your face.
Fucking piss on you, I pee on you. R. Kelly, the R. Kelly roach.
Gonna do a poo poo.
Yeah, there's a piss on you, I pee on you.
Gonna do a poo poo. Gonna do a pee pee.
Yeah, I'm fucking dead, bro. But that's what I'm saying. Like
you were talking to your wife.
Yeah, what you had brought up. I was talking. I'm like, man, ain't that shit crazy? Like, I'm like, one day I gotta bring you with me to one of these podcasts so you can actually tell your side of this shit, because like she'll be telling me like it's crazy how you did this and this, like, and it's just like it's a trip to hear my wife say that, you know, like when I'm doing certain things, like for example the podcast idea wasn't an idea till 2 days before this today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
when you talk to me then.
Yeah, literally the day of when I hit you up. And my cousin hit me up, my family, you know, we all talked about it, and I was like, man, fuck it, let's talk. Let's talk, like, let's do this shit. Let's actually do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to prove that this shit could be done. I was like, I know this, you know, it's a crunch on time, but you know what I'm saying? I'm dedicated. I'm truly dedicated to this shit, so we'll make this shit happen. And so... and I was like, I know that, you know, a lot of the guys been wanting to link back up, so like, you know, like, and I want to get back out of the house and you know focus on like interacting with people again too. And so, you know, that, you know, kind of played out. But with my wife, she was, you know, I was telling her, I'm like, isn't that shit crazy? Going back to that, what she was saying, I asked her, I'm like, isn't that shit crazy that, you know, before dad, you know, passed away, like I couldn't write shit. Like it was fucking mental block after like mental block after mental block. Like I could not get fucking lines out for shit. You know what I'm saying? And then it's almost like it took for that point in my life to happen for me to be able to do what the fuck I do.
Yeah.
Like right now I know I could go and write some shit, no problem.
Yeah.
I know I could possibly, you know, come up with some shit, no problem. I know I have a lot of shit that I know I have a lot of fucking songs right now that probably will never get released. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like, at that point though, before my dad passing away, I couldn't write shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, really though. Like, it's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? And then when he passed away, it almost was like I had an epiphany, like, fuck. Like, the one person I looked to for all this, you know, reassurance, advice, all that shit's gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not what he's told me before. I still hold on to the things he's told me, but now it's time to really, you know, grab, you know, pick up my fucking nuts and fucking be, you know, who I gotta be for my family.
Yeah.
You know, and so I think going through that, you know, kind of facing life in a way that I hadn't, you know, prior, you know, trying to live like he did and you know, help the community like he did. My dad did so much shit for the community, bro. Like, it's crazy. Like, and that's the reason why I do this shit. You know, if anybody ever asks me, why do you want to do music? Why is this so important to you? Is because I want to keep my dad's legacy alive.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the most important thing to me. And I feel like what better way than to show a product of what his legacy was? You know, that's me. And so that's, you know, Utah verse meant everything to me because my dad used to throw shows for Rose Park and used to do things for Rose Park called Riverfest.
Yep. I remember Riverfest. I grew up in Rose Park.
Yeah, so like he used to do Riverfest and he did it 3 years in a row. And it was just, you know, just seeing how excited he would get about helping all these people.
Yeah.
He didn't make nothing off those events. You know what I'm saying? But he made it his priority to put the community in a position where they would be successful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He would get the organic, you know, vendors to come through. He would get the local music to come through. He would get, you know, all these different people to pull up, you know, to this, you know, event. There was, you know, car shows at, you know, these Riverfest events that he would put together for the community. You know what I'm saying? And he really did everything he could to make sure that, you know, everybody's seeing, you know, we all have value. Let's help each other, you know, build. Let's help each other become successful. Let's help each other, you know, get our economical situation to a better standing, you know, and that's where my dad was focused. You know what I'm saying? That he created programs for the youth to help, like, with gardening, teaching the kids how to garden.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just tons of shit. And so that's where all this push and all this drive and all this motivation comes from, is knowing that, you know, I had that to look up to, and I'm just praying I get to be half of what the fuck my dad was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's where all the drive and shit comes from. But it's just a trip because that's what it took for me to be who I am.
Kind of crazy when I hear stories like yours and Dre's, for example, because you guys are and were in your situation. I'm pretty sure that you're still close to your dad one way or the other.
Yeah.
But I never had that. Like, I had that with my mother.
Yeah.
Like, if I was all of a sudden not have my mom, like, my whole world will just crumble. You know what I mean?
100%.
Now my father, on the other hand, I've always had him. And there was a thing that he used to tell me all the time, is like, I'm your friend. You can count on me. I'm your friend. I'm your buddy.
Yeah.
You got problems, you can talk to me. And I did. You know, there was obviously growing up.
That's good.
You know, as a teenager, you go through like some heartbreaks and shit. And then my dad was like, one day you're going to look at this, you're going to laugh.
Yeah.
And now I still have the luxury of calling my father when I can, because he's back home. And then I talk to him and he's like, you remember that? You know how you were crying, you little bitch? I mean, you like busted my balls because he knew about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when it comes to, like, to me, I don't, like, I hear you and I hear how Dre talks about highly about his dad and shit, and I'm like, I never had, again, nothing against my dad, but my parents got divorced when I was like 3 years old.
Yeah.
So for the longest time, I never, it was when it comes to me seeing my parents, it was either my mom or my dad. It was never my parents. You know what I mean? This is how crazy this is. The only memory that I have of my parents being together in one spot is when the first time that we came here was in 2000.
Yeah.
And we came just for a trip. We came here, went back home, and then in 2001 we came here and we stayed. And the police still looking for us, but whatever. But when I came here and I was 17 years old, my parents had to sign for me to get my passport.
Yeah.
So that was the first time that my mom had to call my mom, and I was old enough to realize what was happening.
Yeah.
And I knew that I was gonna leave the country, and my mom called my dad, which, even knowing that my mom is on the phone back then on the landlines, and I was like, hey, you know, talking to my dad, I'm like, whoa, my parents are talking on the phone, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then we met at the place, and I remember sitting there, and then it just dawned on me that I look in front of me, and I'm like, holy shit, that's my mom and my dad sitting and talking to each other. I was like mind blown. I was like I said, I was 17 years old.
Yeah.
It was so mind blowing that I'm like, I will never forget this, because and that was like the only time.
Yeah.
I was like, I never had that. I've never had this, and I'm pretty sure I'm never gonna have it again.
Yeah.
And so it was like shocking to me, and after that, it went back to what I call normal, which it was like seeing my dad
one or
separate,
the other.
one or the other. So when I hear you guys talk about your dad, and your dad passing away, all the feelings that you went through, and then what Dre talks about his dad, and my dad did this for me, and I don't know the story about your mom. Like I'm not even gonna ask. But,
yeah, no, you good.
But to me, it's my mom.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like and now being an adult, and I look back, my mom, even back home, my mom had a good job, but it still wasn't enough. So my mom, at one point, she was working at the bank, two shifts.
Yeah.
Then she was selling gold and also selling Mary Kay.
Yeah.
So then, like I say, as a grown up, then you say, oh, she left her country, the things that she was
wanting to do,
that she wanted to do, the dreams that she had, and she left her family, most important, her mom, to move to this country to say, I want to do this for my kids. Yeah. And now that I'm growing, it's like same thing when my sister, we came here with my sister and I came with my mom. Yeah. And my little sister was 8 years old. Yeah. So as she was growing up, but she went through, her teenage years and everything, she was a bitch to my mom. And I remember thinking, now they're inseparable, even though my sister lives in Oregon. But now they're inseparable, and I just remember thinking, one day you're gonna grow up and you're gonna realize what mom has done. There's nothing you can do. I mean, there's nothing you can do to
Sounds
compensate.
Like similar conversations
to compensate what she's done for you. Yeah, and it's just crazy to me. Like sometimes I think about it, and I think about my mom, and I'm like, I mean, I see her, and I go and have breakfast with her every Saturday, and sometimes we argue and she was like, what the fuck, whatever. But then I go, one day I'm not, this is just how life goes. One day I'm not gonna have this luxury of sitting and having breakfast with my mom, whether it's me or her. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's kind of like it takes me to, like, hearing you and hearing Dre. It kind of takes me to a place where I've never been. Like I said, my father has been there. My father,
your mom was, your mom was that
but
for
that's
you.
what I'm saying. But I have it on the other side. See what I'm saying? So it's crazy, but yeah,
it's a beautiful thing,
but
man.
do you wrap off the dome or what? That's what took us here.
So
how many turns to Albuquerque did we take?
Yeah, shit. We hella hit some turns, dog.
I was about to cry, so I changed the conversation.
I was about to lay down on the couch over here,
dude.
So what do you see, Angel? I see genitalia.
Dude, what do you see here? And I'm like, a cockroach.
Let's go, fucking. What do you see? Oh shit! Oh, dude.
Here's the thing. Here's what I want you to do for us before we leave today.
All right, bet. What's up?
I want you to be serious about this, and I want you to pretend.
Is it a man crush thing?
No. We know.
Okay.
Who's your man? Oh yeah, I know.
See, Breezy,
Chris Brown, dude.
Come on,
Chris
now.
Brown. You're liking rough. You're liking rough. Okay.
Look it.
He likes a little bit of roughness.
Yeah, he likes the rough. He likes the rough. Do you think you will be able to do flowetry?
Like you mean just like spit off the top of my head?
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, I could give you some bars.
Hell yeah, dude. But you know how flowetry goes? It's kind of like weirdy poetry kind of thing, but it's like bars.
Give me an example. Let's try it.
Can we listen to flowetry?
Fuck it. Let's do it.
That's pretty badass. I was like, I want to have this motherfucker do this. And
shit, we'll find out.
Because have you ever seen this?
Let me loosen up. No, never seen it.
How the hell do you spell flow?
Hey, we trying this shit for the first time. Fuck it.
Jesus.
He has a hard time spelling, dude. Flow.
Hella putting his ass on the spot. You fucked up.
Asking me to spell a word that doesn't really exist, right?
I think it's FLOWETRY.
Oh yeah.
FLOW.
Poetry.
Wait, is it flowetry or poetry?
It's like poetry.
But yeah, poetry rap.
But it's like poetry rap, right? Like,
again, I don't know how YouTube is gonna like this, but This is for kids? Oh, we're gonna have to read it? It's not gonna... No, that's not the one I'm looking for. You know, hold on, stop that. You know which one I'm talking about? Like the ones that you go to the ones you go to a club and it's just like one microphone. And like
you talking about spoken word?
Yeah, spoken word. Like, and you clip.
Cause like, let's just say right now I go, ladies and gentlemen, Caleb the dog, and we all go.
Oh, you see, you saying poetry. You know what's crazy as hell is I actually was talking to a friend of mine. Shout out to Allie out in San Diego. She's the homie. I play Xbox with her. But no, so I actually she posts poetry like on her her story.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to get into poetry because I just everybody says it's the origin of rap. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, going and learning that, I feel like is the next step to take what I'm trying to do to that next level, because that's what Pac did. You know, Pac was into Shakespeare. Pac was. I don't even know if y'all knew, but you know how many books Pac read? 70 plus books. I think 80 plus books. Damn. I think he read 85 books. Right, and then Nipsey read 67 books, I think, or something like that.
Jesus Christ!
So these motherfuckers read like a lot of books. So that's why, like, when I see the people that I look up to, like, it's the shit that you don't get, the shit that you don't see highlighted.
And that shit wasn't like the Dan Browns or the light Shades of Grey.
Yeah, nothing. Like it was growth. It was how can I be better?
Now, is that? Do you think that's off the dome or is that written?
I think it's written.
You think so?
Yeah, that's written.
Like if I go,
most freestyles is written,
but
they'll do like written and then some non-written.
As far as the last words,
even in flowetry is that what it's called? Flowetry
poetry.
Back in the day, what is now Twist, which was Exchange, we used to do freestyle battles on Tuesday nights.
Yeah,
and a lot.
Where
of
was this?
At what is now Twist.
Did Sammy Vegas ever pull through there?
No.
Hey, Sammy Vegas can fucking spit off the top.
It was like my
That's
homeboy
just
Jake
crazy.
Roxwell and K.A. and some of them cats.
Yeah.
I mean, this was 10, 15 years
Give me
ago.
some flowetry, dude.
Shit, let's get this shit.
Freestyle? You ready to go?
Fuck it, let's get it.
These bars?
Yeah.
We used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we fly. That's a song. My bad.
Let's go.
That's a song, dude. Hold on.
What level are we taking this to? Are you want me to go political? Fun?
No, we don't do political.
All right, we don't do political?
Maybe fun.
All right,
man. Political.
I'll give you some shit that I'm never going to release.
Flowetry, right? Like flowetry style?
Like, I'll give you some shit that I'm never going to release.
Flowetry. I want flowetry.
Yeah. Like, I'll give you some... I'll rap some shit that I'll never rap for nobody else.
But like flowetry.
I think. I feel like it's falling in the lines.
Let's go.
Hold on. I know what you're missing. Hold on.
I thought you was gonna fart, cuz I was like, no. Oh shit. All right, let's see what tempo you rocking with.
It's flowing. First of all, I can't open my legs for this.
That's what she said. Pink.
Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Caleb the dog.
Let's go. Someday I'm gonna make it whether people believe it or not. When I zone out, I'm plotting this shit out. Calculating in my head and rerunning the routes. Feeling that's never the issue. I won't catch a drought, motherfucker. You could count on that. Never been a given one under pressure. My cousin getting killed made me a cold motherfucker. My auntie getting diagnosed made me a cold fucker. The shit that I've been through made me resent God and fuck people. I tried to keep it peaceful, but my upcoming is fucked up. People look at me like I'm the reason for hostility. Man, fuck you when you're stupid ass opinion. Mind your business. You don't know shit that I've been through, so please do not get up in this on the real. Nigga, I just want revenge on every bitch and every nigga that was a pretend. On every bitch that left me feeling hurt in the end. On every nigga that claimed to keep it 100 with a nigga. Fuck you niggas. What I learned in life is trust on one to do shit on your own. In reality, there's no such thing as sharing a throne. Niggas be so quick to take everything that you own. That's why I don't trust no nigga and watch all 5 fingers, no 5-finger discount. They said there'll never be one better, but I bet I'll be. But that means I better bring better recipes. It's quality over quantity, possibly. Bitter's what they are to me. Never been no bitcher, but I bet that's what they want from me. I'm more even killed than Tim D. Even when no suckers try tried to beriddle me. I didn't flinch cause I got no bitch in me. Bet those bitches wish they had a better shot at me. They ain't got no good shooter, so nobody's hitting anything. I'm a beast on the beast, never been one better. But I better prove my point to these non-believers they never seen or heard of. So I gotta show them what I'm made of. If you are contesting me, you must have not seen the best of me. I got explosive recipes. Best a lyrical chef in the Midwest, but sounds like to test me.
Yeah, let's go. Dude, I was like, I'm gonna make this motherfucker rap some way or the other. Dude,
stumbled a little bit at the end.
Watch us on verse.
Versus. Hey, that shit was fun as fuck. Let's do that shit again.
Fucking shout out to K on the verse.
Hell yeah,
shout
dude.
out to Angel with the
on the bongos.
Ain't nobody ever gonna get that verse. That stays here.
There we go, dude.
That stays
you
here.
heard it here first.
Beehive
and
Studios.
only.
Yes,
Yo, I'll
sir.
tell you what. I had this idea when I was talking to you this morning. I was like, you better bring your A game. So
Yeah.
I put you on the spot. And I thought about doing this. And then I went home because I have that, and then I have a.
Hey, you nice as fuck with them drums,
Well,
bro.
I was
You be
a
at the
drummer,
drum
dude. I was a
circle or
drummer.
what?
No, I never did that shit, dude. But I
We used to
smoking
sell
up. He don't
incense.
smoke up.
Hey, we used to sell incense to them when I was little. I'm telling you, you get like 50, 80 bucks real quick selling incense
really?
over there. Yeah, bro.
So I had this idea, and then I go, I want to put him on the spot. But then I went home, and we're trying to sell the house, so a lot of
Yeah.
the shit has been moved and shit.
Yeah.
And I said to the wife, do you know where my bongos are? And she goes, aren't they in the office? She goes, aren't they in the office? I'm like, I think so. I don't know. So I look at the office everywhere. I can't find him. I'm like, fuck. So I go downstairs and I found him. Picked him up, put him in the kitchen, and I'm like, I want to grab him by the time I leave. I drive out of my house 5 minutes away. I'm like, fuck, the bongos. So I had to turn around.
Yeah.
Went and got him, and then I come back and I walked in. Brian's like, oh, bongos, huh?
What
I'm
the
like,
fuck?
oh, we're gonna put this motherfucker on the spot.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, that's probably the funnest shit I've ever done on a podcast. Straight up, I ain't gonna lie to you.
I didn't know he was actually going to use the bongos. I thought it was going to be decoration for the
Hey, you paused on them perfect spots too. I was like,
drummer,
oh
dude. I'm a
shit.
drummer.
He's a professional.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. I'm like, fuck yeah, cuz. No 5-figure discount, motherfucker. Let's go. Shit. I'm like, hell yeah, you stopping that shit right when I need you to. Like,
He's like DJ Premier on them bongos.
yeah, that
Get
motherfucking
it.
shit was tough. That was hard. That was fun as
We gotta
hell.
get him on a.
I appreciate you putting me on the
bongo
spot.
Cipher. The bongo cipher.
What's that?
Hey, that shit was hey, that should be a thing.
What is it?
When you bring artists on here, you should have them do that shit.
Do the bongo cipher.
Oh, yeah. We had
Is that a real thing?
It should be.
Bro,
It should be.
patent that shit ASAP.
Cause like you see all these rap ciphers on like
The fucking ukuleles or the guitars.
or the violin. You remember
Yeah.
back in the day when it was violin?
I seen someone do one with a harp, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
nothing gives me more of a musical boner than when I hear just regular people get together and one plays the guitar, the other one sings, and the other one plays the bongos, the other one plays tambourine, whatever, and then you hear a full-on
Yeah,
harmony
And then you have the cowbell in the back.
and badass song,
let's go.
and you just go, holy shit, man! Like that's you don't get it purer than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's just the bare bones of what music is supposed to be. So, yeah, dude, I was like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull this.
I was like, hey, there was like a part in there.
Fart? What the
No.
fuck?
I mean, I did. When you leaned over, I was like, yeah, he's mad about this.
I didn't see it. Part for Angel's quote right there.
I was like, he's mad because I got his ass with this, but nah. Look at- he's like, oh, you want to get me in now, motherfucker? Fart in your face.
I also brought this.
Oh, fuck. Let's fucking go.
That's 2 on the
I was in
road.
there fucking. I was like,
He was excited about doing it again.
I'm like, shit, a fucking you. I'm like, shit, he pulling out the fucking scratch table. Let's go.
Too much fucking fun, dude.
Hey, but real talk though, I appreciate you putting me on the spot like
For
that.
sure, man. For sure.
Yeah, that shit was. I fucking haven't fucking spit that in fucking a minute. But that is one of my favorite fucking verses that
Now,
I never wanted to release.
What's the reason?
For
Not putting it anywhere.
I don't know. I mean,
How long
bro,
is that bar?
probably 32 or a little bit more than that. It was definitely
okay. My bad.
It's definitely more.
I'm talking about time wise. How many years have you had it with you? When did you write it?
2015.
I've been laughing so hard, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, no.
2015, huh?
Got fucking wake apnea, bro. I'm fucking struggling.
6 years ago?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So again, how come you never put it anywhere?
When it comes to like releasing my shit, like I wasn't playing. Like I try to be as open to shit as possible. So like what I mean by that is like when I'm going straight bars like that, when I'm just like going and just rapping about shit, like there was a lot of like metaphors and like, you know, like punches and shit like that. But like normally like I don't like to rap like that, you know. Like I feel like when I was rapping like that, so when I first was rapping 2015, like my fucking page took off pretty fucking quick, my Instagram, and I had like fucking 7,000 followers after like, and it was organic. Like I had like 7,000 after like fucking like 9 months. But a lot of the music I was releasing was just, you know, I was just saying shit that didn't mean shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I realized, you know, that's not what I want. You know, I'd rather go about it the way it takes a little slower. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already know doing the kind of music I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be the top radio hit type shit.
Yeah.
But my music will live longer than their shit will.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's actual genuineness and pureness behind the shit that I'm saying.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like when I was jamming to you, like I said, I was jamming to the music today, and it seems like you don't write just to write.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even me as a musician, I once was.
Still are.
There's always you
got down on the fucking bongos, bro.
There's always that one song that it's a filler. Like, you know, you're like, oh, this next tape will have none. But
see, I'm listening to what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
because you don't write just to make a song for another song to be on the album.
Yeah,
see what I'm saying? Like if you don't have nothing to say, you're just not gonna sing. You're not gonna rap.
Or I'll put and with people who like struggle with that kind of shit, because I have a lot of people that when I first started, like even still to this day, it's not as often as it was
drinking,
before.
Bro? You want a water or something?
Oh no, that's tea. I'm straight.
Okay.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I'm switching up coffee and shit. I'm not trying to drink no more coffee. What do you got? Water though?
Yeah, I got a shit.
Can I have one, please? Sure. Thank you, brother. I'm fucking deceased. So you said it, and I'm like, wait. I was like, my wife did say I need to drink more water. I heard her voice in the back of my head.
More hydrated.
Yeah, but like what I was gonna say is like I've had people reach out to me and they're like, yo, like, you know, when you don't have like this, you know, poverty type lifestyle or this, you know, selling drugs or this, you know, because I don't rap about that shit, you know what I'm saying? So that, of course they're gonna ask me like, you know, how do you rap? Like, how do you come up with these things, you know? And a lot of this shit that I, you know, for example, this next tape was me forcing myself into situations to have shit to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, not in a bad way. It was like, what can I do to really inspire people? You know what I'm saying? What can I do to really give people hope? Or what can I do to really, you know, kind of rewire the way people think? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know, when they're told work smarter, not harder, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'll ask you, what do you, like, when you hear that, what does that mean? Work smarter, don't work harder, work smarter.
It's funny you say that because you can hear that a lot in construction, doing what I do. Sometimes it means by taking the precautions right now, you don't have to worry about details later, especially doing what I do. You know what I mean? So, for example, this is just a simple example, right? I have a bunch of concrete that I need to get rid of, right? So I go, someone says, oh, put that in the loader, and the loader will take it to the yard, and then later on we'll load it into a truck and take it to the dump or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I can just go, what if we just bring me the truck, I load the truck, and it goes straight to the dump?
Yeah.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
So I'm skipping 2 steps.
Yeah.
And I'm still getting the same result that we want to begin with.
Yeah.
So
And so yeah, and that's what I mean. Like everybody has like that. Like proves my point. Like everybody has a different perception on what work harder versus work. You know, work smarter versus work harder. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of people like that I feel like a lot of, my generation, when they hear that shit, they're like, oh, I can outwork, doing a 9-to-5, or I can outwork doing this, or I can outwork doing that, which I mean, all, praise to the bold, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel like working smarter is working harder. Like, and what I mean by that is like really saying, I'm going to sacrifice the shit that I like to do to get the life I want to have. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, where it's like me working the 2 fucking 40-hour jobs, like people really be like fucking talking shit on that. They're like, that shit's fucking crazy, this and this. Like, or I'll get people that are like, how the fuck do you do it? Or like, it's just always some kind of like negative shit.
It was a stupid song, Ludacris, #1 spot. He said, I see all these cats that run down and get one car. I'd rather walk down and get them all. Yeah.
Or have the fucking lot. You know what I'm saying? Right. Be the fucking owner of the dealership.
Like, I'd rather take a little bit more time to get there and get them all.
Yeah.
Than hurry up and get one.
Exactly. And so, like, when I hear, like, people, like, it automatically lets me know, like, you ain't willing to go all the way to get the shit that you want in life. If that shit really stresses you out and scares you, the idea of working, like, how the fuck are you going to get what you want in life? Like, how are you going to be what you want to be in life if you too scared, you know what I'm saying, to spend 8 more hours busting your ass, you know what I'm saying? Instead, and the same people who be doing this shit, they're like, oh, man, I don't know how I'm going to come up with the money for this shit. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I wish I could make $100,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, work 2 jobs and you got that 100,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you got to sacrifice some sleep and some shit. You already doing it playing the fucking Xbox.
Stop throwing that money at the clubs.
Yeah, the clubs, your Xbox, week, porn, nigga, licking, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't matter what it is. Like it's if the shit really matters to you, you'll figure out how to make the shit work.
Do you prioritize the stuff that is important?
100%.
Do you want to talk about something? Do you have a subject and then you rap on that subject? Or does it come to you and then you go, oh, I'm going to, like, you have a line and then you go, I'm going to make this about this?
So that's what I got better at this tape was, I was like, I want to rap about this. And then I went, how can I tie my life to this? And if I'm not doing this, what can I do to make sure I am, if I'm not living this lifestyle, what can I do to ensure that I'm living this lifestyle? And this is where it's a positive thing, because I'm not fucking out here slinging and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or making it no excuse for like, oh, shit's hard. You know what I'm saying? Shit's always hard. You know what I'm saying? So what can I do to not put myself at risk and not put my, my stability that I have at risk? Let me go work another fucking job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, like fucking, working 240s, like, just to make this shit work. Like, this shit's like super important for me. So what can I do, to rap about this and show? Because the whole idea for this next tape is to show, like, how I don't know if you guys watch basketball, but you know how, like, when Giannis, in the Bucks, they won the championship, he's like, I don't want to be named like the face of the league. I want to be Giannis, the hard worker. That's exactly when he said that shit. I was like, I've been saying this shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't care for being the fucking face of Utah. I don't care for being the face of Salt Lake. I just want to be remembered as the motherfucker who got it out the mud. Yeah, who didn't fucking leech off nobody or fucking fake shit or lie to nobody or pull no kind of fuck shit to do shit.
Came from the cockroaches,
bro. Sleeping on the motherfucking cockroach infested fucking pillows. But know what I'm saying? Smell like piss. But you know what I'm saying? But like, that's what I want to be remembered for, is the motherfucker who really worked, who really did the shit he said he was gonna do and kept his word. Because a lot of people don't do that shit. And I don't feel like there's really too many people that uphold that shit, the value of what your word being true. I feel like a true word, like someone whose word is bond, is irreplaceable. That's somebody you do not want to let go from your life. It's somebody who will keep it straight with you, and also somebody who will tell you something and stick to it. And if something changes, they let you know before you find out.
Yeah.
that's the kind of person that I want to be, and that's how I want to go out. You know what I'm saying? When my daughter looks at me the way I look at my father, I want her to see he did everything he could to do right by people. Just like when I was speaking to my dad, the last thing he told me when he was conscious, I asked him, I said, "Dad, are you scared of passing away? Like, are you scared?" Like, and he was like, "No." And I asked him, I said, "Well, why are you, like, how are you not scared?" This is me just laying next to him, and he's like on all these fucking tubes and shit in his bed at his house, and we just sitting there talking. And I'm like, well, how are you not scared? Like, you know what I'm saying? How are you okay? How are you finding peace in all this? You know? And he told me, he's like, you know, I did so much good by people, Caleb, and nobody could take that away from me. He said, that's what matters the most. Okay. And then, you know what I'm saying? So that's why that's why I don't care for performing at the next one, is because it makes me happy, because I know my dad would be proud of me for helping all these people that are trying to accomplish the same shit that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And then also too, like, being a brother, like, you know, a lot of black folk don't be helping each other like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't really be helping each other like that. And so, and I mean, that's what gets pushed out a lot, and I'm trying to change the narrative on that shit. You know, I'm trying to make sure that people know that my intentions are pure. You know, like, you know, if I'm doing something, it's for the better of all of us. Yeah. This isn't for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Utah verse is about all of us. You know, we all want to get recognized. All of us, you know, our stories all matter. You know what I'm saying? And the only way we're going to fucking get acknowledged is when we start working together. All that fucking, you know, this person, that person, this person on some bullshit type shit, that shit's going to fucking kill us, and we'll fucking never have a chance if we keep that shit up. You know what I'm saying? And I experienced a lot of that shit, but I don't ever come back at it with some weirdo shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If somebody has ill will towards me, or they get upset because I want to be paid for my features, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the case is, you know, I don't reciprocate that energy back to them. I let them know, you know what? You know, I hope you have a great rest of your day. You take care. They may have said, fuck you, ask about me, like some crazy shit, some outlandish shit, you know, but it's not going to change who the fuck I am, you know? Like, I mean, that, you know, that moment of, you know, not knowing right from wrong, I can distinguish that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why, like, you know, with this whole music thing, my goal with this is, you know, to really change lives, and not just say that I'm doing this shit to change lives. I ain't talking about fucking no bitches, or, you know, robbing those stores, or fucking selling drugs to fucking addicts and fucking up their families' lives and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really out here trying to help people, you know, with, you know, the podcast tour, the Utah verse, my music, you know what I'm saying? When I do all this stuff that I'm doing, I consider how people are going to react. And not that I'm looking for validation, but I consider, like, you know, how can I impact the next person? How can I help this person, you know, see more value in themselves? How can I help them see more value in life? How can I help them, you know, want to be more, accomplish more, you know, and then set goals and, you know, like, really, you know, map out how to accomplish that, and show them, like, I live that shit. I ain't just telling you, I ain't just telling you, you know, to do this shit. I actually live this shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was told, I ain't gonna say no names, but I was told, you know, getting this podcast tour, you know what I'm saying? I was told getting this podcast tour was gonna be fucking impossible, you know what I'm saying, in the time frame that there was. But that's what I mean. Like, when you truly dedicated, you'll find a way. You know what I'm saying? When you truly trying to make shit happen, sometimes you have to not be so in control of what the fuck is going on. You just have to let it come, you know what I'm saying? And then figure out where you need to be. Yeah. Sometimes you need to be the person that needs to make yourself available, or be open to, or, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everything can't go your way. Yeah. I think it's not impossible to do the tour. I will say, though, in terms of scheduling, and I will, especially because, like, it seems like every day that there's another one gets into the group, and it's like, oh, now we fuck with that person too, or whatever. But I will say it's gonna be impossible to match this flowetry we just made, bro.
You know what? You know what's cool about? You know what's cool about K? Yeah. So everybody in the pod community has a podcast.
Yeah. That's what I said on the
K, Billy, they're
Amanda.
Like, who?
Amanda.
That's what, like, honorary pod community.
Yeah, that's what the post on the Beehive says. We took photos of our. I mean, I should have. You know, hopefully we get to do it again. Hopefully, you know, this becomes a thing. I'm dying to make it a thing, but it was impossible to make a photo of all of us. That's why I took a photo of us and wanted to back up. But
fucking hand was blocking me. Dog.
But it was like
I wonder who that
I was like, you can
was.
see the back of my head.
just his face and just his arm. But it's I forgot what I was gonna say. No, okay, him. The post actually said whether you're a podcaster, a friend, or a fan, you know, like thank you so much for just wanting to chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy.
Kay,
for the good energy.
Philly, Amanda, Quinn,
And I, you know, and this is what, you know, doing this with you and like doing the things with Amanda and stuff like that. That's what we are for.
Hey, she's intelligent, bro. She's smart.
She's super intelligent, and
real.
and
Just
it
like
was so fun, dude.
10 seconds into
what?
talking to her.
I'm not gonna say anything I haven't said to her face, so she knows. I've said this before. She has the most attractive laughter a woman can have.
Let's go.
That is like when I hear, her, I go, "Oh, that's so crazy."
for me, if it's
It's like this.
for me, if there's like attractive conversation,
Yeah.
she's it. Because the conversation with her is just like, wow.
Yeah, she's intelligent, bro. When I was talking to her, like 10 seconds into talking to her, I was like, damn, she's smart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
She has her shit together,
And it's not
dude.
like a
She's-
forced. It's not like
Yeah.
a forced, like, I'm trying to be smart. Like, it's like genuine. You know, I can have a genuine conversation.
You know what? You know what's funny?
Intelligent.
Speaking of Amanda, my sister texted me on Monday out of the blue, and she goes, "How do you know Amanda Weaver?" And I'm like, "How do you know Amanda Weaver?" I guess at one point they
because you don't listen to the podcast.
no.
right?
I guess at one point she
He said no.
she doesn't. She's very smart for us. But she said that at one point they worked together. So when I texted Amanda, I said, "Apparently you know my sister." And she goes, "Who's that?" And I told her, I said, "Oh yeah, I guess I work in so many places. There were some places that I worked for like 2 months or a month or whatever. But I sent her a picture of my sister. She's like, "Oh, I kind of remember her." So that's that. But anyway, but listen, man, I will say this. This is the third time that I sit with you. I'm always blown away with what you do and how you handle yourself. You're humble. We're proud to be your friends, and I'm sure your dad is proud of it. What you've made and what you've become.
Appreciate you, bro.
And Beehive is your house. You just come whenever you gotta say something. You want to say something.
Walk in, I'm sleeping and shit.
You gotta say. You got something to say. You gotta get it out of your chest.
We got the key over here for you, so you can just.
Hey,
You
that's
gotta,
love,
you gotta
man.
get it out of your chest,
Key to
man.
the hive.
Just come in here. Just key to the hive, dude. Just
love.
all you gotta do is touch my boner. Look at this right here.
Yeah, he came prepared, man. He put this shit is fucking scripted. Look at it.
Hey, we
He
don't-
said, Brian's over there. I'm like looking. He's like, no. You're like, okay. Look at.
Hey, listen, we don't have to get out of here, but let's get out of these people's ears and eyes. K the Dawg, where can people find you?
You can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, basically any streaming platform under KTHADAWG. And then as far as, you know, Facebook, I have a Facebook page as well. I'm mainly on Instagram, so like if you're trying to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me through there. And then like for any booking or, you know, booking opportunities or features or anything like that, it goes directly through the label that I'm with, Mo Lake Entertainment. So it's just MOLAKE entertainment@gmail.com.
Brian, where can they find you?
You can find me in the club.
It's going down.
Yeah, it's going down in the club.
Yeah.
I'm booked Pins and L. I got a pool party tomorrow morning.
Brian's gigs are picking up.
Yeah, I got a lot
Fuck yeah,
of
bro.
things going on.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, oh, definitely. COVID shut it down for a while, but we're
back.
starting to open back up. And
Also, he just bought a new car, so he's playing bar mitzvah.
Hey, let's go.
I got car payments.
Get that
It's
mitzvah
bar
money.
mitzvahs, you know
First
what I mean?
communion, baptisms, he's playing it all.
I need to get that Tesla money right
Quinceañeras.
now.
I
so.
seen a thing where fucking somebody paid Drake like $600,000 to perform at their bar mitzvah before he got like real big. I was like, that's fucking
Drake,
wild.
Yo, I've known Drake since he used to do stuff in Canada with
Yeah.
Danny O.
Damn.
Perfect
You said Dre.
Strangers.
Drake?
You said
Yeah.
Drake?
Drake.
Yeah.
He did this song with
Champagne
Perfect
Poppy?
Strangers called I can't even remember the name, but it was called Perfect Strangers. It was Danny O, and he was a wrestling show podcast guy.
We'll
Yeah.
have to check it out after because I don't think I
I'll
heard
play
it.
for you. I'll play it for you. He did a feature on it when he was just a guy off of fucking that TV show. that he was on back then.
Damn, bro. Yeah, it just blew my mind. I couldn't believe it.
I got work to do. That's what it was called. I got work to do. Perfect Strangers.
Oh, yes.
I got work to do.
Well, you can find me on Angel Severa on Facebook, on Angel Severa on Instagram, and I used to do this thing called Dre Español with my buddy Dre, but he has canceled on me 2 weeks in a row. So for all I know, we don't have a segment anymore. But you can also see it on the YouTube app and also on allrock.com on his YouTube channel. And also don't forget to follow the other side of the Beehive on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And anything else? Okay, thank you so much.
Hey,
brother.
I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, man. This is your house. Come in whenever you want. This is
Show up in the middle of podcasts. It's fun. Just open the door and be like, hey, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, just coming down. And
no space available. Sit on someone's lap.
Angel's always got a spot on his lap.
He'll be playing the bongos in the back. How do we do this?
Let's go.
Until next time, take care of yourselves out there. We will see you on the other side of the Beehive.
Yes, sir.